Hello, and Randy here, working on the upstairs bedroom here again. Today, this is going to be the rough-in electrical stage here. Though I guess technically we got some done already here with the lights, Evan. Again, that is kind of the reason I installed the lights here first. It is dark outside here at the moment. Well, the shadow from the lights here, maybe if I stand over there, maybe it looks a little better there. I noticed like the weird shadow going on there. So anyway, yeah, dark outside of it. So we got the lights. Also, I just noticed a very echoey in here. I guess to be expected there with the ceiling. And then of course we got just all the rest of it is bare wood here as well. Although we do have that wall. That should be a pretty good. Actually, I can tell the difference, Evan, when I'm talking this way versus if I'm talking this way. That is interesting. I don't know if the camera will pick that up. Okay, anyway, getting distracted here already, Evan, and we haven't even started this episode yet. Anyway, we're going to be working on the rough-in electrical here, putting in outlets around this room. Now, you may notice I've got some outlets done here already, Evan. If we go look at the outside or exterior wall behind me here, I've got those outlets done here already. Part of that was because I was thinking in the past, Evan, I was going to maybe finish that wall up before the rest of this room got done. That ended up not happening, so the outlets are still sitting there yet, basically waiting to go. They are all, well, the wires are ran to them. So we just need to finish running the rest of the outlets here in this room as well. I'm figuring 2 per wall. So 2 on the wall behind the camera here, 2 on the wall behind me, and then 2 on my right side here as well. And then we'll probably throw, I'm thinking like 2 outlets in the closet here. I would probably throw a 3rd one in there, but on the closet here, let's walk over there a minute. We got this narrow wall here, and I don't want to try to get an outlet here in this wall. We'll just put one in this wall, one in that wall. It's a closet, Evan. That should be more than enough outlets, right? Also, I'll probably throw one in here as well. I'll probably put that, again, Evan, just nice to have an outlet. Do I ever need one in there? I don't know, Evan. No idea. But we'll have one in there. I'll probably make that part of this closet here, I'm figuring. So, yeah, it'll be, probably make that a separate circuit, I think, Evan. At least that's the way I like to typically do it. Each room gets its own circuit when it comes to outlets. Don't have too many issues with, blowing breakers that way, right? Plus, if you do blow a breaker, well, it's just that room. None of the other rooms are affected. It's always annoying, Evan, someone's vacuuming in the other room. Someone else is watching TV in the other room. The vacuum, boom, there goes the breaker, there goes the TV. Kind of annoying, right? Well, if you put each room on its own separate circuit, Evan, yes, you probably might have to have a few more breakers. But if they're all on their own separate circuit, you'll blow the breaker, when you're vacuuming, doesn't affect anyone else, right? So anyway, yes, I got the boxes around here somewhere. I think they're in that bag over there. I got to talk with whoever's doing the cleaning up in here. My goodness, it's got a bit of a mess going on here. Wow. Yeah, I'll have to talk with the cleanup staff here. Shoddy workmanship. Shoddy. Okay, I've just finished laying out all the boxes here where I think I want to put electrical outlets. Again, as I mentioned, 2 per wall here. This wall here, of course, has 3 already, but the rest of the wall is all 2 per, and then just 1 per wall in the closet, except for the skinny wall there. So anyway, we'll start with the ones that are already done, Evan. Again, you got 3 across here, so there's 1 back there behind the insulation. You can see the wire sticking out. 1 that is almost in the middle. There's not a spot to actually put it in the middle, so it's close enough, good enough. We got 1 on that end. So assumption if this bedroom lays out like our room, everyone, we've got a bed right here, blocks that center outlet. But then, if you have like a, bed stand or something like that, you got power on either side. Again, whatever this bedroom might be used for in the future, don't know. But, and again, maybe it's going to be used by someone else other than us. Hey, more outlets, the better, I figure. Then we got 1 down there. There's 1 on the other side for inside the crawl space. Then I got 1 on this side of the vent. And there's a reason I'm kind of leaving this area open. We'll get to that here in a little bit. Going in the closet here. Got 1 there. And then I've got 1 back here as well. And this is where I want to mention one thing here. The outlet boxes I'm holding. Actually, let me set them up on the ladder. You can probably see them a little bit better. I've got 2 different size boxes here, Evan. For all the outlets that are on an interior wall, I am using the deeper boxes here. We're going to be running 12 gauge wire to all of these. And yeah, 12 gauge, it's such a fun wire gauge to work with, Evan. And we kind of finished up all the easy stuff. Light stuff like that, Evan, I typically run in the white 14 gauge wire. Just lights nowadays, Evan, you don't typically need a whole lot of power with the lights, right? All LEDs, they don't hardly take any power, right? However, the outlet 7, I always run those in the yellow. Well, actually, now they make it in purple too, I guess. But anyway, 12 gauge. I always run that in 12-2, that one. And for those, I always like to use the deeper boxes. However, on exterior walls, I don't like using the deeper boxes, because if you put this on, line this up here, on an exterior wall of one, you hardly have any space behind the box for insulation. This box here is almost an inch shorter than this one. Gives just an extra inch of insulation, Evan. It's not maybe much, but I figure every little bit helps. So that's why I like to use the shorter ones. And if you look down there, Evan, that is what that box is. That is a shorter box down there. This is an exterior wall right here. So again, all the rest of them, Evan, are the deeper boxes here. Just more space, the better when it comes to outlets, Evan. Especially if you start putting GFCIs and stuff like that in these boxes, just, yeah. Need the extra space. You know, if you're gonna shove 3 wires, in fact, I don't know if you can even put 3 wires in this one here. Let's see once here. Turn this around so we actually see it. So for those of you not familiar with these boxes here, inside of them, they'll tell you how many wires you can put inside of them. And with this one, you could put 8 number 12 wires. As far as I know, I think they count the ground, right? I think that's how that works, because that's a wire. So, doing the math of one, if you were to put 3 number 12s in there, that would be 9 wires, right? Now, if you look at this one here, this is a 22.5 cubic one. We can put 10 number 12s in that one, so we can run 3 wires into that box. So, you know, again, if you're running 3 wires, now if you're running just a wire in and a wire out, you're good with that box. And that's, you know, if you look over there, that's what I have. Wire in, wire out. 6 wires total, right? And by the way, when it says wires in here, it's not talking like this as a wire. This is technically, I think this is considered 3, if I remember correctly. I'm trying to remember now if it's 3 or if it's considered 2. Because in some cases, they only count this as 2, you know, 14-2. It's got 2, forget the name of this here again. But you got a black and a neutral, counts those 2, and then it does not count the grounding conductor, of course. I believe in this case they do count the grounding conductor, I think. So, like I said, that would be 8 wires in that one, or 10 in this one. Okay, anyway, moving on to what we have for outlets, Evan. Got one here close to the door. Got one over there. I was going to put it here, but I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I've got one there already. Got one there, and I've got one over here. So that is, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. I think I counted right. 9 boxes. Okay, we're going to start by drilling a few holes here. I went through all the studs and marked the location where I want my holes. That way I don't have like a varying height on my holes. A lot of times if I don't mark it, I tend to, you know, it's looks like a wave of the ocean there going up and down. So I got them all at 8 inches. Boxes will be at 12 here, of course. I've actually got one hole here already. Back when I was installing this box here, I must have drilled through this stud as well. I think it's all the way through. Yep, should be all the way through there, looks like. So we're good on that one. I'm probably going to have to drill one through this one here yet as well, because there's 2 wires in that, and that hole looks to be pretty tight. I might be able to get, I could probably get a 3rd wire through that one. I think that'll be good. And then here, I'm probably, yeah, I've either got to take this wire out of it or I have to drill another hole. I think I'm probably just going to drill another hole here, because I don't think I can get 2 wires through this. Looks like I drilled a hole just big enough for 1 wire. Speaking of 1 wire, using a 9/16 bit here for this, big enough for 1 wire. And if you're running 2, then I probably should drill 5. Is it 5/8? I think 5/8 is the next size up there for 2 wires. But here I'm just going to run 1 wire through here. I figured I don't think there'll be 2, so 1 it is. Okay, well, I think I've got all the holes drilled all the way around the room here. I probably missed one somewhere, and that's how it always goes, right? But now we'll start running wire, then we'll find out if I missed any holes here or not. Speaking of wire, by the way, I've got a bunch of leftover wire from my dad here. He gave to me. It's all a bunch of cut off pieces here. So I'm going to see if I can make any of this work here. Some of these pieces are like decently long, Evan. So, you know, and most of my outlets here, they're not that far apart. So we'll see if we can do anything with this wire here. Yeah, like this piece here, that's probably good. I don't know, 6 or 8 footer there. That might, you know, go from that outlet to the next one there maybe. Or, you know, again, we'll see what we can make work, Evan. Just a bunch of short pieces here. If I can use them, great. If not, you know what? I got to roll the wire around here somewhere. Oh, right behind me. There we go. Yeah, we got to roll the wire. Again, we're running all 12 gauge wire. So 12-2 for this here, by the way. Of course, there's a knot right there, right where I'm trying to put that. Of course, figures, right? Oh well. I'll either put a screw in that one, or I'll have to see if I can pre-drill that hole so the nail will go in. Okay, I've got wire ran to all the easy outlets now. Now we have, I think, 2 more wires left to run yet. Eventually, we'd like to make this into a bathroom back in here. So, I'm going to run the wire down and under the floor here as opposed to straight through there. So, we got to do that. And then I'm going to have to move some of that insulation there as well, unfortunately. Kind of annoying, but oh well. Got to do what you got to do. And then also on this side of it, got kind of the same scenario. We got a doorway here already. Obviously, you know, wire through doorway, so we're just going to go down and under here as well. I think I've actually got holes down there already. So if not, I'll have to drill a couple, but we're just going to run the wire down there. And it's going to pop up over on the other side of the door here. Okay, just finished up with the fun one here. Again, we dropped down under the floor there, Evan. Presumably at some point we're probably going to have a door in here somewhere. Don't know exactly where, so that's why I'm running under the floor and then over to the closet there. And then, of course, over to this outlet here as well. So that, like I said, that was kind of the fun one, Evan. Should probably lay some of that insulation back here, too, before I forget. We'll just lay that back down there. Anyway, I think that about does it here for the wiring in the room, Evan. Now we have 2 things left to do yet. Or is it one? I guess kind of sort of one thing for 2 circuits here. We need to pull 2 12-2 wires up from the panel, which the panel is basically straight down below us here. So we need to pull 2 wires up from the panel there. Now I was just checking in the closet here. A couple years ago, back when we started on this one, I pulled up a couple extra circuits up here. However, apparently I didn't pull up any extra 12-2. Or if I did, I used all the 12-2. Either way, I guess, because I've got a circuit for the bedroom and then a circuit for like in the crawl space here and me and the wife's closet. So that's on a circuit as well. So like I said, we're going to pull up 2 more circuits. One for the bedroom here and then 1 more for this area over here as well. And for that one, we're probably going to try to run under the floor here, I figured. At least I'm hoping that'll work anyway. We'll find out. I don't know if there's a better way to... I suppose I could think about this here, man, if there's a better way to get up there or not. I don't think so, and I think coming up the far wall over here and then running under the floor will probably be the best bet. So, and I'm going to go check in the basement too, because like I said, I thought I had some spare extra circuits up here, but apparently not. I do have a smoke detector circuit up here. I do have to get that connected up yet, so that's going to have to run up, and then we'll run up into the ceiling here somewhere as well. I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe like the corner there. I don't know, we'll put it somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where yet, but yeah, I do have the wire back there for that. Back in the crawl space here, and I got to say too, Evan, so much nicer working in this crawl space too, now that we've got it all like cleaned up. I mean, it's got a little bit more work to go yet, Evan, but compared to what it was when we first ran these first wires up here, and like I said, that was about maybe 3 years ago now. Whatever that was, 2 or 3 years ago now, when we ran those first wires, so much nicer. Anyway, I just finished sticking one up from the basement. That is this wire you see sticking out right here, and I've got to figure out where in here somewhere. Back here somewhere. I'll have to push the insulation out. Maybe it's back in this one here. Then we know we're gonna have to come across and this way. Actually, you know what? Shall we run maybe we'll run the fun one here first, that one. And when I say the fun one, it's the one that's got to go to the far side of the room. So let's pull this up here a minute. And then we're going to use fish sticks, everyone, to pull that wire through the floor, hopefully. At least I'm assuming they don't have it blocked off under there. Maybe they do. And in which case, Evan, this isn't going to work. But hopefully they don't have it blocked off. Hopefully it's just an open run all the way from one side of the room to the other. So let's pull this up here a minute. Should be a nice, easy pull, hopefully. We got a fair amount of wire uncoiled downstairs, so as long as it doesn't get stuck on something. Feels like that's about it. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll be enough wire to get to the other side of the room. I mean, let's go get the fish sticks, Evan. See if we can fish the fish sticks through there and pull the wire. And speaking of fish sticks, Evan, these are the fish sticks. I think they're 3-foot lengths, if I remember correctly here. They thread together, so come in a whole tube. There's, I don't know how many feet are actually in this particular set here, but we're going to run that underneath the floor there, Evan. And, you know, of course, we got the wall kind of in the way there, so we'll have to kind of probably connect a couple together as we go. I'm thinking probably, I don't know what, maybe 4, 3, somewhere in there to get across this room. Maybe 5, somewhere. Not exactly sure. Once we're under there, hopefully we can pull the wire back.
The more we have in bulk, the more valuable it is.
Okay, well that seems like that should be enough to get to the other side. Let's go check and see if we can find that. Oh, and I'm not sure which bay it's going to be in here, Evan. And like I said, too, maybe we don't have quite enough sticking out here. Seems like it should be right in here somewhere. Oh, wait, here we go. There we go. There it is. You see it? Yep, sticking out right there. So we'll have to drill through the joists here so we can run the wire from back here all the way up to there, and then we'll pull in through there. Okay, all taped on. I didn't get too carried away. We're just going across the floor of one, so let's go to the other end, give this a pull. Definitely some dust under there. Let's see if I can get this one-handed. I might have to set the camera down here. All right, let me set the camera down a minute, everyone. And we had, I think it was 4 of these on here, if I remember correctly, so... Oh, don't want to pull no further. What's up with that? Okay, let me go check the wire, everyone. Of course, typical wire. It's stuck on something. We also might not have quite enough, everyone. It's going to be close here. We might need to pull a little bit more wire up from the basement. Yeah, I think that's it. We need another... Let's see, we need to make it to this one here, so we need like another good 6 feet or so. Okay, never mind. I have a typical wire. It got stuck again. There we go. There's our wire. I'm still thinking we probably need like another foot or 2 yet, but we'll see once what we actually need here in a minute. Okay. Yeah, like another 2 feet probably would be more than good. Okay, we pulled a couple more feet of wire here. Got it ran up inside the box and tucked back inside there. I don't know if you can see it in there or not, but I put a yellow piece of the outside wrap here on the wire, so I know which one's incoming line here. So that is the line into this box, and this will be the first box here on this circuit. And I'll probably end up putting a GFCI outlet in here. I think probably a GFCI outlet for now. Maybe in the future we'll see what we do, but yeah, for now that'll probably be a GFCI outlet. Now we need to run one more wire yet, everyone. Actually, I need to go cut the wire downstairs. Then we need to run one more wire, and I'm debating how we want to do this, everyone. I'm thinking I'm probably going to run up to that box there, and that box there will be our first outlet box in this circuit. And just like that, I've got another wire pulled here. Ran through the same holes I did with the other one here. And actually, the wire we just ran here a few minutes ago runs through this same bay over to the opposite side. What are the chances of that, right? Okay, we'll stick this up in the box, Evan, and then we should be done running wires here. Okay, we just finished stapling up the wire back in the crawl space there, and then I cut it off in the basement here as well, so we were all set with that one. We got 2 circuits ran down to the panel. They're, of course, not hooked up yet or anything like that. I mean, they're just ran down there and hanging there for the time being. But I think that's going to do it here for the main electrical here in the bedroom and the closet, and, well, even inside that crawl space as well. And we've got a couple outlets in there just for good measure. Like I said, never know when outlet might come in handy. You know, want to go in there, plug a light in or something like that, right? You know, tool-wise, yeah, most of my tools are bad-driven, so you know, don't have to worry too much about outlets necessarily. But you know, again, nice to have some outlets. You know, again, when I put outlets inside this room, you think I'd be using those? Yes, I am using those outlets, Evan. That's where do you think I'm getting the power from in here? These outlets inside here are live. Technically, the ones over here are live yet as well. I haven't disconnected those. But we'll get those taken care of here at some point. Now, we're not necessarily done with wiring yet in this room. We got a couple more things to go here. I'm going to wrap it up here for this video, but real quick, starting with this switch by the door there, we need to put a ceiling fan, or at least the box for a ceiling fan in yet, Evan. Code requires you to have a ceiling fan rated box in a bedroom. Now, do I necessarily have to have them because I'm doing like a retrofit? It's probably a little bit of a gray area, but we are going to put one in, Evan. Whether or not we put a fan in it, that's yet to be determined. We probably will, but like I said, we will be putting that in. I've got the box actually sitting right down there. And then also, I want to get some low voltage ran to this room here as well, or at least the Smurf tube here for low voltage, Evan. And when I say Smurf tube, that is this gray stuff right here. I'm thinking probably two locations in this room just to be safe, Evan. So I'm thinking somewhere, I'm thinking probably like right in that stud there. Maybe I'll run one there. And then I'm thinking maybe over in this corner we'll have location for low voltage there. And when I say low voltage, Evan, you know, coax, Ethernet, something else in the future that I don't know about, you know, whatever it might be, Evan, we'll have the provision for that. And then, you know, when I run Smurf tube, Evan, that allows you to, hey, you know, again, whatever you might need in the future, Evan, you can run the wires that way, right? Also debating if maybe like for upstairs here, maybe I might put like a junction box or something back in that back room there, where like all the Smurf tube from upstairs runs into that, and then we have like a Smurf tube that goes from there down to the basement. I'm still debating about that one. I'm thinking that might be a good idea. I don't know, you folks let me know what you think on that one, but at least for now, but I'm just going to run the Smurf tube, and I'll probably just have it hanging out in this back crawl space here. And, you know, obviously we can get to it from there. But in the future, I might do like one of those, you know, those little nice panel boxes, that one. You can run the Smurf tube up into that. And then, like I said, just have a Smurf tube or two run down to the basement from there. And then that's kind of just like your, not really necessarily a junction box. So you probably won't be making junctions in there with low voltage. But you just run up into it and then run down whatever tube you need to run to next, right? Anyway, enough jabbering on here. Let's wrap it up for this video. You folks have any comments and or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And as always, Evan, thanks for watching. Until next time.